Imagine a man who could not be imprisoned for a long time. How could this man escape from prison? There is a very strange story behind it. This man's name is Yoshie Shiratori. He lives in Japan City, Aomori. Yoshie was born in 1907 at Farmer House. When he was a little older, his father died. Then his mother remarried, and then he started living with his aunt. Friends, this boy started working at a very young age. When he was 18 years old, he started working in the Russian fishing company. Due to its poor conditions, it was always disturbed. With the passage of time, he chose a wrong way to earn money. It was in 1933 that he joined a gang of thieves. At that time he was 26 years old. On the night of April 3, 1933, he was stealing at the house of a businessman of this city. While stealing, one of the men of this gang hacked the son of the businessman. After this incident, the police arrested Yoshie. During the police investigation, the man confessed to the crime of theft, but it continued to deny the charge of murder. But Dosto police accused Yoshie of murder and sent him to Aomori Prison in Japan. But he still maintained that he did not kill anyone. Friends, prison guards used to torture him severely. Yoshie was incarcerated in the same prison for 3 years. But Yoshie was planning to escape from prison during this period. Yoshie started by memorizing the guard's schedule. He identified gaps in security and found a 15-minute window in which he could escape the prison. Early on the morning of his first prison breakout, Yoshie picked the cell lock using a piece of wire he had stealthily swiped from a bucket in the bathhouse. He planned the escape meticulously. Yoshie pried up pieces of floorboard to hide in his bed, giving him more time to flee undetected. The plan worked, and the guards didn't realize Yoshie was gone for hours. But the escape artist did not remain free for long. Authorities captured him 3 days later. Yoshie went back to prison after his first escape. And this time, he earned a life sentence. The start of World War II changed Yoshie's prison experience. He was sent to Akita Prison, where prisoners did manual labor. A harsher place even than Aomori Prison, prisoners slept on concrete floors. And since he had a track record as an escape artist, the guards also locked Yoshie in solitary confinement when he wasn't working. The solitary confinement cells made escape nearly impossible. Prisoners had to wear handcuffs at all times, even when sleeping. A high skylight and smooth walls kept prisoners inside. Yet Yoshie still found a way to escape. Every night, Yoshie practiced scaling the walls. He climbed up to an air vent and slowly loosened the rusted fittings night after night. Then, after weeks, Shiratori was ready to escape. During a rainy night, Yoshie slipped off his handcuffs and climbed the wall, escaping through the air vent. Claps of thunder distracted the guards, and after only 3 months at Akita Prison, Yoshie was free again. This time, Yoshie managed to evade police for months. But trusting a friendly police officer proved to be the wrong choice. At Akita Prison, one police officer had been kind to Yoshie, while the other guards tortured him. Hoping that the officer might help him, Yoshie went to his home. He begged the officer to take on the corrupt prison system to end the torture of prisoners. Instead, the officer called the authorities and Yoshie went back to prison for a third time. 2 prison escapes had made Yoshie Shiratori a legend. Newspapers reported on his escapes. And authorities wanted to make sure Yoshie never escaped again, so they sent him to the notorious, high-security Abashiri Prison. As Japan's northernmost prison, Abashiri got plenty of snow, which helped deter prisoners from escaping, since they wore thin uniforms. At Abashiri, there were no loose air vents or 15-minute gaps in the guard rotation. Authorities locked Yoshie in heavy iron restraints fitted around his ankles and wrists. Only a blacksmith could remove them. But Yoshie vowed to escape again. This time, it took months. Every day, Yoshie dripped miso soup on his iron shackles. He also dripped miso soup onto a small opening on his cell door where guards delivered food. And ever so slowly, the salty broth wore down the metal. After months, Yoshie Shiratori could slip out of the shackles. He pried open the feeding hatch on the door, but it was much too small to fit a person. That is, until Shiratori dislocated his own shoulder and slipped through the hatch. Yoshie Shiratori was the first and only prisoner to ever escape Abashiri Prison. For a year, Yoshie Shiratori managed to escape detection. Until he was sitting on a bench and a police officer sat next to him. The officer didn't recognize Yoshie. In fact, he offered the fugitive a cigarette. Yoshie inexplicably decided to confess his true identity to the police officer and went back to court. But reforms in Japan's prison system worked in Yoshie Shiratori's favor. He explained that he'd only escaped because of abusive conditions. The court sympathized and declared the farmer's death self-defense. Yet Yoshie would have to serve time for his many escapes. After lifting the death sentence, the court sent Shiratori to prison for 20 years. At Yoshie's request, he went to Fuchu Prison in Tokyo. During his final stint in prison, Shiratori never tried to escape. He was released early on good behavior in 1961 and lived out his final years in freedom before dying in 1979. This was the story of Japan's most dangerous prisoner, Yoshie Shiratori. I hope you liked the video. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss any updates from us. Thanks for watching.